At the end of the tunnel, there's always light, but you have to get into the tunnel first for you to be able to get out. The time is 17:13 Central European time. I am ready for an evening run. I thought I'll just show you my gear with me. I am on my route to Chamonix Ultramarathon, my first event, first UTMB. I've not yet attempted that, but I'm building up mileage and training in elevation to be able to register for that. So I thought I'll just give you a tidbit of what my gear looks like at the moment. I don't have it all, so I do have my bag here. Inside must be 2 crunchy stuff, and I have some nuts, salted nuts for my salts. I have some 3-4 lunch bars and my shoes, and you know, some water. So at the moment, the list that I have here is not what is it's not everything that is required for the race, but that does not stop me from already starting. So that was it. Now we are on the evening run, and I'm just documenting it. It's still early days in the race. We've got about 30 kilometers to cover today. Mostly today we are going on elevation training. The elevation is supposed to reach a maximum of 814 meters, and then we go down the mountains, the hills, I might say, go down the hills to the left, and we come back this side where I came from. Okay, you've seen my gear, and my pace is roundabout very good at the beginning. I'm just going for just above 6 minutes and 17 seconds per kilometer, and yeah, we'll catch you up on the next stop. Happy running. It's a very scenic view. I'm running along the Danube river, the Danube as it is called here in Germany, and it's quite sandy. I'll just give you a view of the Danube river. At this moment, I've just run myself into a cul-de-sac. The elevation that I'm attempting to go is that side, but there is no exit. There's no exit on that end, so I'll have to take this way. Let's go. No sugar, no milk, no gear, just runs. I am still on course. The elevation is about to change. I'm going up a castle. But I just want to tell you, if you are beginning to run, at the end of the tunnel, there's always light. But you have to get into the tunnel first for you to be able to get out. This is part of the trail where the elevation changes. I'm expecting around about 800 meters above sea level. There is an adjacent hill over there, which is slightly bigger, but this is okay nonetheless. So welcome to Running with Luke. I am training and recording my journey to my first UTMB race. That should be 20k or 50k. The ultimate plan is to run the Ultramarathon in Chamonix in France, and at the moment I don't have enough gear. I'm getting knowledge, getting wiser every day. Thankfully I'm a medical person, so I know something to do with health. That being said, if you like seeing my journey, if you are 30 something year old, I think this is the time to begin. This is your time. This is your time to shine. It's never too late. 39, 50s, but it's never too late. So, as the date of the recording today is the 17th of May 2026, the races that I wanted to register. Lovely. We're now descending. I am descending. The last stretch home, I have ascended and descended, and it's almost time to, it's 27 past 8 Central European time. It's almost time to sunset. I'm putting on dark glasses, shades, so it appears a little bit more darker than it should be, and for some reason I find it very comfortable because it gives my brain some sense of urgency, or like, hurry up, we have to leave this forest before it gets dark, you know. So I've just discovered this trick, and for now it seems to be working. Okay, that's up for the run right now, and I'm not sure if I still have more space to record as I'm about to finish, but really there's not much of a big message out there that I want to give to anybody. Maybe if you want to see my journey, my trail run journey, just subscribe to my channel. I used to think that, you know, after a certain age, like 35 or so, running is not really ideal, but I've discovered something about trail running, which one has to discover for themselves. I grew up in an environment which was also full with nature. I grew up partly in the city and partly during the school holidays. I would go to the country, and I would just enjoy being out there and looking for fruits outside in the mountains and so forth. And I think all of us also tend to gravitate towards that. Marathons I like, but not so much as trail running, because the asphalt is too hard on my feet, and also that the degree of competition and the competition to win and to, you know, is the combat is very. So now it's time. The animals are now crossing, going back to their homes, and this road is at this time of the day closed to any traffic because of the nature of, it's like a nature reserve. Okay, long story short, I don't know if any of that I said made sense. The the long and short of it is I am recording my journey. Today it was all about elevation training. I went over 800 meters, and yeah, so that's it. Into the sunset. What a beautiful view. I'm winding up the race here. So I'm winding up the race here, and I thought I could share a few lessons that I've learned whilst running. I still have, can be 3 kilometers to go. I'm going this way. So in my first video, I ran 42 kilometers from Schaffhausen in Switzerland to Donau-Eschingen in Germany. Actually, I ran from the Rhine to the Danube river, which is just here. That's the Danube. And these rivers, they are connected by some form of a canal, I think twice in Frankfurt and somewhere in Bavaria. So one of the lessons that I've been learning so far is that after having run 42 kilometers solo, it has become much easier, you know, psychologically, to break like 30 kilometers. You can give me 30 kilometers any day. As long as I'm in good condition, I can run it. Now it's about just improving the pace, but it's very important also to enjoy the process. So I'm enjoying the process and also just documenting it. So now it's been a good, I'm not sure how many kilometers I've run. Strava will tell me. I will just put it down there underneath, then you can see. Otherwise, thank you for watching the channel. I do appreciate likes, your subscription, or you can just buy me coffee. That would be lovely. Then I can aid to my gear. That would be so cool. So one of the other things I wanted to say is that I'm just running out what to say. Okay, in summary, I'm saying the more difficult the path you run, the more easier it is to crash it the second time, because the psychological barrier is already over. And whilst you're running and trying to give up, you are thinking about, you know, if I have conquered all these insurmountable hurdles, I've run all this far and I've done this. I mean, most of you, maybe some are looking at this video, they want to lose weight, looking for new motivation to do their studies and so forth. Yeah, so if you have gone through a difficult situation, it's easier. It's not easier. It's easier said than done, but in most cases, in terms of what we're talking about here, running in general, it's easier for you to overcome any other hurdle. So the challenge becomes even more and more as you progress. So today, I think all in all there could be about 20 kilometers, 21, I'm not sure, but we trained incline as well as elevation training was today. What we did today, it was not the main thing that we did, but we ran a very beautiful path. Okay, so this is on my way home. I'm not yet done. Lovely, isn't it? Or maybe perhaps that's something I wanted to add on, you know, with running. I don't know about you. We are living in a very in another pandemic, which is the loneliness pandemic. I'm married, I have a kid, I have a wife, and I do have acquaintances, but sometimes I'm caught up with the idea that I do not have friends. I don't know if that is true, but as I get older, this vision is getting more and more real, that friends are few. Okay, and so another way just to keep up companionship, to have a free mind, I find it in running. There's a solace in the pain that comes from, the physical activity, and it also recharges my batteries in ways I cannot explain, and I really long for such activities. And okay, so I was talking about loneliness, right? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That there's a serious pandemic of loneliness in this world. It's also not the lack of activity, of being in social circles where you can intermingle with people. I just believe generally the people have just changed. Across all cultures, I've just realized people are just become something different. Okay, now for the Bible verse of the day comes from the Bible verse of the day comes from the book of Hebrews chapter 12 verse 1. When you're running a race like this, you're running alone and nobody is watching you, but we are running this race before men and angels. God is watching, his angels are watching over us, and the book of Hebrews is one of my favorite books, and my favorite, possibly my favorite character in the Bible, the Apostle Paul. He writes after having written in Hebrews chapter 11, he talks about faith and the heroes of faith. He elaborates like, who are these people, what do they have they done, and he comes up with the conclusion that without faith it is impossible to please God. And at the end of chapter 11, he jumps on into chapter 12 verse 1, and he says, therefore, since we are surrounded by a cloud of witnesses, let us run